So then I guess last point here on kind of that topic, how could a business owner or operator better decide, let's say that they have a software that's legacy, but they know it could be improved, but they're not exactly sure if they're in the camp of it's a nice to have or it's a need. Like what would be the first place to start to really kind of articulate, okay, this might be something worth looking into more. Or it's, hey, it's just fine the way it is. Maybe you just need to polish it up.
That's a good question. I think one of them, like I said, is it impeding your growth? If if you find yourself thinking, if only my software did X, then I could Y. That thought right there is a trigger that you should at least talk to someone, right? You should at least, I mean, shout out to ourselves here. We'll literally have a free conversation with anybody about this type of thing, just to dive into it, just to say, hey, does it make sense? Like, what does your system do? How, okay, if we were to rebuild that, what opportunity would that unlock for you? And we'll be the first to say, hey, you know what? It's going to cost you $30,000 to $60,000 to rebuild the system. It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. You might increase, maybe it's an e-commerce platform or something like that. Okay, you're going to increase the number of $30 orders that you get by 20%. It's going to take 10 years to pay this off. That doesn't make any sense. That's not a good investment. Or, we had a prospect where rebuilding their platform could have netted them hundreds of thousands of dollars extra a year. Then it becomes a very interesting prospect where it's like, okay, now we just need to talk about how do we ensure that? How do we ensure that when we deliver, you are increasing the orders? Like, how are we making that bet? And how sure are we of that bet? I think that's one of the biggest ones for me. Anytime I stop and I think, man, this is frustrating. There's friction. It would be so nice if I could just X. That is my internal trigger for my own life to say, hey, do I need some automation here? Do I need something that's going to push these problems away? Is this a job a robot can do?
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I think that's the exact question, right? Is if you're getting to that mentality that's a really good place to at least know, okay, we might have something here.